Some of the points. What's by city.
Yeah.
That's fine, I just realized that today, every time I think I'm gonna have to. Things well.
Yeah, things are okay, we're about ready to go on vacation. Sunday. Scotland, traffic study, and Norway, some people. It's all, we're going to the cruise, so. We're getting. Oh, the 15th. So. No. I can tell the difference, but they don't. Yeah, you have to put in so much. It's similar. One was traveling. And get paid.
Okay, we are, Chairman, and I think it's just, the new system is not in the process. So by the next meeting, the microphone will be in effect. Yes.
But we have cameras?
So, yeah, and it's one happy. Yeah, I would be.
Okay. In accordance with the Meetings Act, please note the following: all Bernardsville Borough Planning Board meetings will be held in person at the meeting hall on the second floor of the Bernardsville Municipal Building at 166 Brook Road. Effective February 12, 2026, planning board meetings will begin at 7 p.m. Meetings will be live streamed on YouTube with no opportunity for public comment. Members of the public wishing to offer comments or ask questions will be required to attend meetings in person. The YouTube live stream access for all meetings is youtube.com/Bernardsville/streams. This link will also be available on the agenda for each meeting, which is posted on the borough website, bernardsville.gov, and on the Borough Hall public bulletin board at least 48 hours prior to meetings. Notice of these changes has also been emailed to the Bernardsville News and the Courier News, posted on the borough website, and filed with the municipal clerk all on January 22nd, 2026. It is the intention of the board not to continue any matter past 11 p.m. at any regular or special meeting of the board unless a motion is passed by the members then present to extend to a later specified cutoff time, and same shall be announced at the opening of each meeting. In addition, the board does not intend to begin a new hearing after 10 p.m. nor begin testimony of a new witness after 10:30 p.m. Any hearing conducted by the board is a quasi judicial proceeding. Any questions or comments must be limited to issues that are relevant to what the board may legally consider in reaching a decision. Decorum appropriate to a judicial hearing must be maintained at all times. Roll call.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Mr. DeMarco is absent. Ms. Geller?
Present.
Mr. Gillia?
Here.
Mr. Graham?
Here.
Mr. Malia?
Here.
Mr. Morrison?
Here.
Mr. Sasso?
Here.
Mr. Trainer is expected, he's supposed to be a little bit late, and Mr. Villapiano.
Here.
You have a quorum, Mr. Chairman.
Great, no minutes?
No.
Okay. No communications, no visitors. Just the bills. No explanation, right? Nothing unusual.
No, the only thing that anyone may question is for Boswell Engineering, the last item, 15 San Prairie LLC for 65 Norristown Road. That was a technical review committee meeting with borough and board professionals. So they have not come before the board yet. It's related to 65 Morristown Road, the redevelopment plan there, but they're gonna be submitting their plans application.
Is that the old Audi?
Yes,
Okay. I'll take a motion.
Motion approved. Second.
the second was Mr. Morrison, thank you.
Roll call.
Ms. Geller,
Yes.
Mr. Gillio,
Yes.
Mr. Graham,
Yes.
Mr. Melia,
Yes.
Mr. Morrison,
Yes.
Mr. Sasso,
Yes.
and Mr. Villapiano.
Yes.
The motion carries.
Okay. So we have a request for an extension of time. Any background on this, you wanna give us a?
Very briefly, Mr. Chairman, this is for the Essex Building project, plan one. They're just requesting a 1-year extension time on the statute protection period. That gives them, basically, they have 2 years from the date of the approval. During which time, any kind of change in the zoning ordinance would affect them. And be applicable whatsoever. So what they're requesting is an additional year to, for that protection period, to residents.
And what was the reasoning?
I don't have their letter in front of me, and another, Steve had put this together and I can find it for you, we can all set, I know I haven't.
And I'm gonna ask you to speak just a tiny bit louder.
Oh, yeah, my fault.
Thank you.
Hopefully, some of the applicant would be here to, explain it, but I guess they didn't want to. I don't think, hold on.
If they're not here to explain it, I'm gonna read.
It is in the way, I think.
When does yours expire?
They sent the request in a couple of months ago. And I think it may have been an email communication from Mr.
Yes.
Kern.
They sent it in 2 months ago, we just know now.
Because we haven't had meetings. And we typically, if there's no applications or anything major, anything that can wait like that.
Oh, has it been that long since we've had a meeting? Last meeting was canceled.
It's been a bit, yeah, we didn't have any of that.
Oh, that we had one, we had to approve the bills, so,
We did, we did,
We had one 2 meetings ago, maybe?
right,
yes, and it was. Forgotten about this request for that last meeting. That was on.
so these guys have COA obligations, affordable housing obligations that are built into this. This is not a.
Which is,
So does that mess up any of our
That's a great question.
COA obligations?
That,
I mean, I know they're like 10-year batches, whatever. I forgot.
Set the next phase.
Rounds.
Yeah.
But this would have been,
did Steve have an opinion on this?
It is only one way or another, but I mean, this is not uncommon at all for long-term building.
Well, no, but Chairman's saying there are COA obligations. And there's financing, there was special financing, some of this was rushed through, so they could get that, so this could impact. This isn't a simple extension.
it could impact what?
It could
This is one
impact,
of these changes to downtown and been in the works for at least 5 years. And it's just baffling that it hasn't started. There's no news coming from it, and every other project this builder does never gets finished. Beyond a delay.
and it's not COA anymore. Yeah,
But,
I just it was abolished 10 years ago more.
But everybody's still.
We still call, I know.
That was more than
Probably 15 years ago, it was.
yes,
Yeah, it was a 2022.
When did the approvals expire to?
Well, I think.
Their approval in January of 20.
Yeah, no, this would be their first extension, yeah, I don't know.
The resolution says it's their first.
Hold on, oh, you know what, there was a modification of a condition
That's right, yes.
resolution, that's what the second resolution,
So this is,
it was a condition
yeah,
modification.
you did draft this. One.
And there's no one, did you expect them to come today?
I don't.
No, typically for something like this, they don't, who said it typically is.
It's not a whole, it's the city extension. I'm doing my best to find, yeah, and you, I don't know, it's easy to find these. Steve covers the sport, in this part, so I'm not pretty all.
So the original resolution was approved then. This, I mean, the most recent approval from this board, was done when?
They're asking for 1 year extension and that would end in January of 27, so it looks like they had.
So they're already 6 months overdue.
So they're really only asking for, I mean, they're asking for a year, but it's really only 6 months now.
They're permitted to ask for the extension after the expiration.
Yes.
They're permitted to ask, but if there are other factors, they're not entitled to it.
Because you don't have a win by chance.
I just started looking.
That's why there's so many different things for it. So
If we were not to extend, they would have to just reapply, basically, right?
No, so how it works is the site plan is basically good and indefinite.
And
The problem is, if, let's say there was a change to the zoning ordinance within, you know, that would, well, just for example, say an applicant gets approved. And that conforming 10-foot setback when they get approved, and the ordinance changes a year later, it says you need a minimum 5%. Right? Because that zoning ordinance change. That doesn't affect them because they already have the protection period built into the statute. So if they don't get the extension in that situation, then they would technically be in violation and we build that in. But as long as they have this
Okay.
protection period extended, they're protected from changes, so that's really.
that's what it's protecting, okay.
Exactly.
You talking about the Essex?
That's
Yeah.
it, yeah.
I apologize, late.
And then they're not with that.
There's that for-
Question.
Yeah.
You know,
Do you
anything
have
about it?
information?
On Essex,
Yes.
is the applicant here?
No.
No,
So I had a couple thoughts on it. I just saw it on the agenda. I don't know what you guys talked about before I got in. Can I tell a quick story about why I'm late?
yeah,
I was
great.
driving through Plainfield, New Jersey, and Ecuador had just beaten Germany. And it was like, I'm like, what's going on? It was like every car was beeping. There were flags flying everywhere. People like spilled out into the streets. It was actually really cool to see. I mean, it was like they just won, like the Super Bowl. So, yeah. So I apologize for I'm late, but it was kind of it was an unexpected delay.
What do you know that we don't?
Well, I don't know anything. I just saw two things caught my eye. One was it looked like their approval was in December of 2023. Wait, 22, I think.
Yeah.
So wouldn't that mean that their approvals already expired in December of last year?
I just explained it before you walk in, so it's not the approval, it's the statutory protection.
Got it. That was,
Protects them from changes in zoning,
okay.
and yeah.
So second thing I have, and then saw the note about, or maybe I looked it up about, if there has been no changes in the zoning ordinance since then. Sort of what's the big deal? One thing I would note is there has been a relatively large change in the zoning ordinance, which is the affordable housing obligation has gone from 15% to 20% since then. So, and I forget, I was on the planning board, the Board of Adjustment when this application started and then it got kicked over to you guys. And I can't remember how the affordable housing was addressed. I think they were just gonna make a payment in lieu.
No.
Oh, they
that's
actually had it?
units, yeah.
All right, so at the very least, there's the
That is.
affordable housing obligation has gone up somewhat, and I'm guessing
Right.
that's at least 1 or 2 units. So that was one thing I wanted to mention. Also, it doesn't, like, I tried to look up like what I'm sorry, you probably just explained it, what the standard of our discretion is, like, what do we consider? And it seems kind of like open-ended, it's sort of, is it reasonable or not?
There's two different subsections in the statute. One is just general good cause, basically, like. like I was trying to say before you walk in, this is a relatively common request from a lot of developers.
Yeah.
You gotta think, they gotta secure financing, or maybe there's an issue with the building permits, there might be something in the work itself that they discover they need to regrade or
Right.
readjust and certain things. That's one standard. The other standard under a different subsection is that if basically the developer has to prove to you reasonable satisfaction that they applied for promptly and pursued all approvals, but they were held up by an outside agency. Typically, you see that with like a highway related project.
Right,
DOT drags their feet.
yeah,
And, yeah, that's why I said it's very, very common request, because you're
yeah,
usually dealing with an outside agency.
right.
Did they give us any information?
Honestly, I'm looking at the email that I have from their attorney, and I don't see really any basis.
That's,
Vote on something without without any information, that's what I don't understand.
I agree. I mean, I'm shocked that they're not here to like explain why they're asking for an extension.
Yeah, look, they may have sent another communication, the only thing I'm seeing, and I know they talked to, Kelly from my office, so I think you guys may have mentioned, I think she started the meeting or two. She was the one who drafted this and spoke with them. And I guess she was satisfied, because it's an inside baseball backstory. When I first saw the extension request, I went to go draft the resolution, and I found Kelly had already started working, so I did. I'm going for everything. I wanted to reach out to their attorney to understand why they were requesting it too, because the email was very vague as to what was being requested, if at all, like they were maybe indicated why. So.
Well, so let's do a hypothetical. We know that the zoning ordinance has changed. We know that their protection's already expired.
It sounds like it hasn't.
What? No, it has.
I thought you said it's from the date
They
that,
have 2 years from the date of the approval, but I think this one, they initially got the approval in January of 2023.
Yeah, it's and even this application says they're 5 or 6 months already expired, because they're asking for an
Right.
extension to January 2027.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
But everyone's
So right now, they're
arguably, forget the date of the modification resolution. But
If that happens, then there's an approval after the expiration, claiming that we can still approve after, that, with the risks associated with doing such an approval.
that's right. So it's,
So it is expired.
yes,
Typically, you would have to ask for an extension before an expiration.
yes.
If we're a year, 6 months, a year and a half past expiration and we approve, what are the potential risks of such approval?
There's always no risk. I mean, arguably, somebody could say that you didn't have an adequate basis to grant the approval, but it's such a low bar that you need to reach in order to.
But we don't have any basis,
Right.
because they haven't given us any information and they didn't show up.
I think it's the code-based stuff, the affordable housing. Now, they were part of the prior round, so the new round is the one that's definitely impacted by the
yeah, but
changes, but it's.
it's for any, it's just a change overall.
Yeah, I know.
Whether it's third round, fourth round.
So that's the big deal. I mean,
It is a big deal.
there are 29 units in this, so 30,
Yeah, January.
some odd units, I think there are 4 or 5, at least 5.
Five, at least.
There are 5.
So it'd be at least 6 or 7.
Yeah, I mean, if it is 33 units, then yeah, it was 7. So it's 2.
Yeah, so that's 2 units.
So, like, my feeling is, and it's a shame that they're not here, give us some explanation and to have this discussion about, like, one. I think reasonable thing that the board could do if they were here, we would say, well, would you be willing to, add a couple, add affordable housing units to the approval, and we could discuss whether that makes sense. Cause I assume that's the case too, like an applicant could, as a condition to the extension, could make a change or something like that, or could say, yes, we'll agree to add more housing units, but given that they're not here, I don't, it's like, I think our choices are to deny it or approve it.
Could we, or could we push it off to another?
And
meeting?
ask for more information,
I
and it's already been noticed, I mean, if it's.
I would say, look, if you guys aren't comfortable with granting it today, we will just take care of it next one. We can reach out to the attorney and try to get more,
Yeah.
something in writing as to why they're requesting this. It's a very low bar to clear, but at the same time, like, they should be telling us why.
Mhm.
Maybe they did, and we just, I just want communication, probably I don't want to move the bus, but I don't recall seeing anything. You know, explaining what they're asking for.
But the point is they're asking for, it is true, the resolution, they're asking for an extension to January of next year. That's it.
Yes.
And of course, they won't be able to get shovels in the ground in January anyway, so there'll be another one after this.
Well,
Do we know what other governmental approvals they were required to get? I mean, it's not on a state highway, it's not on a, like, I don't know if they needed any other major. No. My guess is they just haven't been ready to move forward for financial reasons, so,
That's definitely for financial reasons.
yeah.
Perfect.
So,
Yeah, it's speculation, but
sorry,
No, I know,
yeah.
but yeah,
I'll take your word.
it's okay.
All right, so
It doesn't, they're already over. It's not like, oh my gosh, they might expire while we're in recess, you know,
Right.
kind of thing. They're already over it. So to me, doing what you suggested, carrying it with no further notice to the next meeting.
Yeah.
Having them get their ducks in a row, explain it, have us address this, there's no harm, no foul in doing that, because
Yeah, they're already.
they're already in,
Right.
Okay, let's follow.
easy for them to do.
Their council.
We don't need to, we need to vote to do that? No.
We just table it.
Discussion, I think it's okay. Yeah, Robo says, that's right, okay. The resolutions for adoption, so these are prior resolutions, one we just took care of, petition, but the lot line adjustment for the Anderson Hill Road property. That was at our last meeting or the meeting, last meeting?
Yeah.
Okay, any, so you have a resolution, we passed a resolution, was there any other refinements that we should know about?
Mr. Chairman,
Recommendations to resolution, but I noticed that they were not incorporated in the draft that's been going forward.
what's your
And stated, draft June 18, 26.
We had one dated,
June 11, 26 is where I wrote my comments, and
we sent a new one, June 24th.
I did not see that.
Okay.
And did you look in the box again
Yeah, I printed this off the box account.
today?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that's on 6/18/26. It's on the box.
So 24th didn't make it? That's,
6/18/26 is not about. Apparently there's 6/24/26.
And we all read the wrong one then.
You want to just read your recommended changes?
Does somebody have the 6/24? We can read it.
I have 6/25, that was today, this is not substantively different than 6/14. I just corrected the signature block service.
Can you
well,
let
yeah,
me see if his changes are?
yeah,
Sure, and I can pass it on everybody.
I thought I put the latest one in.
I'd like to pick that up before we.
I would just wanna know what his comments were needed.
Yeah, it's wrong.
What does that change? Did you,
This one has been done. Yeah, this has updated.
who did you send your changes to?
That was sent to somebody in their office.
Teresa?
Yeah.
Oh, to.
Yeah.
Okay, so-
And thought.
It was just a reply.
Pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it still references Bob Berkeley as the engineer, the author of the letter, and it should have been from, so.
All right, well. I hate to hold it on, I mean, how stuff specifically changed? Maybe,
Yeah, I think they're pertinent to it.
So change on the fly right now, it requires a lot more discussion.
Yeah, did the board's comfortable on if there are changes, or if you'd rather just have a clean.
We could just push this too, there's no,
Yeah.
is
I just
there
think
any
all about-
rush, is there any rush on this, or
I don't know, all,
thinks?
they were trying to replace the deck.
Oh, that's right,
Yeah.
you wanna get the lights,
It's to their house.
yeah,
Yeah, well, yeah. It,
Have
well,
they,
the thing is, we don't, have a meeting,
till a month.
so,
Yeah.
has the applicant agreed to the light, have they?
Then said yesterday. We said that their attorney, she looked it over and she had a few revisions. And that's what was sent to. But I assume that first she was shot. And Steve changes, I guess. I know they saw that version. at least.
So what I'll do is I'll mark up this one and I'll give it to
Yeah.
council, and then, yeah.
Yeah, but their
But
their council needs to see it.
we can't vote on
well,
something,
their counsel is, if you remember, the applicant's daughter.
it's still their council. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't.
Why don't you-
When's our next meeting?
23rd, July
And
23rd.
this is just to put a deck on the back of a house?
No. They needed it so that for setbacks and stuff.
They struck that it was about like how they entered the house, they go into the house off the deck, right?
Yes,
Ironically, the reason for the law adjustment by Paul Craig was to avoid the need for a side yard setback variance. But they ended up leaving
Backyard.
that same, that still a side yard, so they still needed the variances.
Yeah, because they were looking at front side based on the way the house faces.
So I'm sure they ended up doing more work than they needed to achieve that, but.
okay, so you're going to incorporate the
I'll make
changes
sure Steve changes get the next version, why they were incorporated.
then to the lawyer
Yeah.
and then we'll get.
Okay. So this one will be pushed also. Okay, so we are up to the discussion of the recreation open space master.
You're on.
Nobody likes Google Doc. I still a firm believer if it provides value to the town to take the old version. Remove all the chapters that are unnecessary, keep the 3 chapters we thought were important. We can accept all the changes that we've already made, so it's a cleaner document, and I can send it in a different format, so it's easier for everyone to edit.
Yeah, I mean, quite honestly, like I had the best of intentions to go through the whole thing and it was kind of daunting. And then I got busy and I'm like, and then on top of that, it was like my experience of the last 18 months is that nobody looks at it anyway, maybe because it's not adopted, but like, so what happens from like the council's perspective is, let's say, it's like Claremont Field is going right now, we need a new playground. Like, nobody looked at the recreational master plan, it was like, the baseball folks were like, hey, can we get can we fix the little bathroom there? So it's like, you get these like kind of ad hoc requests from, totally logical, reasonable requests, but they sort of come from all over the place. Like baseball has a request, and then like the football team wants like a place to store their equipment. And no one's looking at like an actual master plan. It's just they come in and the rec committee sort of looks at it and goes, yeah, this seems reasonable, and then it gets kicked to the council. So I do agree that like a simplified version of it would be nice. And hopefully maybe then people would actually look at it and say, is this consistent with the master plan when we make
Well,
changes?
the key is it's publicizing it, and it is the rec committee that is for recreation, it's supposed to be shepherding it and using it as, keeping things on the rails.
Yeah,
The other thing it did say, which is a little daunting, is before you start any one of these parks, do a plan for the park. It's like, no, don't just put a shed in and you feel like it.
yeah.
But Coming back to the fundamentals, I think it's dauntingly large today. Stripping away the segregating, right, because we're just partitioning it away, right?
Right. And saving
In
it.
some way, and saving it in some mechanism, at least for which to be decided on, but focusing on the heart of the matter. Which are the chapters you indicated, see, is everyone okay with that?
Yes.
Approach, okay, so that's okay, so
One,
do what you said, like. You've already rearranged it.
yeah,
Anyway, it's just a little messy, cause you know, the arms connected to the foot and that's.
Yeah. We're gonna use a machete instead of a
And
scalpel.
then,
That's
but
correct.
now when you say something, I mean, Google Docs, but like, what in your mind is easier?
right now it's a bloody mess.
No, no.
And let them stress bloody.
Correct, so I will accept the deletion, the movement of the non-necessary
Right, the
chapters.
rearrangement, let's say.
Then we're down to, I think, 90 pages.
Jeez.
Most of, a big hunk of it's though, this.
From 700 to 9, it's just talking about house surveys and what they've done in the
Yeah.
past.
Yeah.
COVID's impact.
Yep.
Okay.
A
I
lot of
will
cool-
take each chapter and I'll split it up, save it as a PDF as a reference. Plug it back into a Word document, and then we're just dealing with the meat of it. I plugged in the Excel spreadsheet that we've already talked about in previous meetings, so that's updated, that's in there.
There was also a Word document, I think, when would that?
I took it out of the Word document, created a new
You did?
table, plugged it into the
Good.
Google Doc, Word doc. So it's.
And so the method you would use then, so you pick a chapter then, right? Say,
Yeah.
okay, chapter 2, we're gonna work on chapter 2. What do you envision that process being? Send it out, you said, put a PDF, but then put it in Word.
Yeah.
And then. Are you sending word out to people and then
Maybe
getting
yes,
it back? There is a capability in Word, right, where you can take multiple copies of a Word document, and I think in merge them.
If you, yes,
Isn't, I haven't used it.
it's a black line, but I'm sure we can find it and combine it.
Maybe I can't remember if we talked about this or not, but like, once you do that, let's say we get it from 700 pages to 90 pages. Can we put it into AI and say, you know, summarize this document in 20 pages? See what AI did, have them take, you know, chat.
But we still have to read the 90 pages and go back over and read the 20
Not
because
necessarily.
AI sometimes
It always.
adds
It's very
things
good.
you didn't, it decides that, you know, suddenly you need a waterfall at the park or something.
It's not hallucinating, it's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, if you want to, you can compare it, but my feeling is like, even a 90-page document, it's gonna be, I'm not sure how. Like, the rec committee's actually gonna reference it, but if it's like down to
Because
like
it's by
a
section.
little
It's like,
summary,
here's the Rose Bowl.
maybe, yeah, maybe. if
But
it's
what
like-
we could use it for is to find inconsistencies. You could plug it in and say. Tell me what's inconsistent. Oh, you said figure 3.7, but it's really 2.4. You know, it's like. It might pick up.
Also,
Like
like
an
the
editor.
table, contents, all that stuff, because Word can automatically do that at the end.
Yeah.
And if we just send out one document, everyone redlines it how they want, then we can plug that into AI and have it just create a final.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we're in a good place.
and then,
So we're. Coming back to the mechanics of it again, so you've got one chapter, it's in a Word document and we're doing what you're.
I will send an email, I'll do.
And so here it is,
Here are the 3 chapters
Yeah.
that we're gonna stick with.
right,
Everyone edit it as they see fit, we'll put a deadline when we want the edits. Send them to me or Denise, we'll take AI, we'll combine all of them, and then we have our final document and call it a day.
yeah. Yeah,
and the problem is that there's a lot of the mundane stuff that. You know, I know I just did.
Well, once you do that, once we combine all the,
You
you
need
can
to
have someone
early-
do a final edit.
You need an early combine, I think, yeah,
Yeah,
or maybe, early adopters that are just cleaning up
correct.
the debris that's there first. I think we wanna kinda get it tidied up. And then look at the
Been doing
meat of
that.
it, yeah, I know. Alright,
I will
so
go
are you
in,
gonna
like-
try
I'll
to,
go in like a surgeon once I understand that everybody's on the same page. I don't want to put in that time
To do it,
without.
okay.
Put quite a bit of time in it, so thank you.
No problem.
alright, so as part of creating the word for review, you will have done a bit of
Yes.
dusting and nooks and crannies and things like that, okay.
And then would we then, once we're all happy with it, we kick it back to the rec committee for them to like kind of do a one paper?
Well, I think,
No, they've already looked at
I think we all agree on chapters 1 through 3, we probably should let them know
Yeah.
that's what we're intending to do.
Right.
So it won't be a surprise, so that, I understand doing this first, but that would be a logical next step.
I know the, I forget where I saw this, maybe it was an email or something like that, the environmental committee wanted to take a look at it too at some point, so,
Sure.
and I don't know, it's not. Did they already, well, this email was recent, they were like, and it was from Rob, he was like, can we see the, you know, what's going on with the rec master plan, are we gonna have a chance to look at it?
He wasn't sent a copy. Like 3 months ago.
Maybe he thinks we were further along, maybe he thinks people like already edited it,
This is a fairly,
yeah.
So
this is a major.
if no one has a problem, when I get it, can I send it for Rob? To look into? Okay.
Well, I think you ought to let him, just give him a heads up. Just what we're doing, just right here, and when we get a copy that's. Got all the ingredients in the right spots and we'll copy him into.
Okay. Now, is he gonna be able to read it and edit it and comment as well?
If you email it to him in Word, you can track changes out
Okay,
party.
okay. No, he's actually, he's really on top of things. He's got really good ideas. And he's very thoughtful about what he does, so he would be an asset, yeah. Okay,
So the key decision was, the key one was made here, but then the next phase is you getting ready to release your.
Word document.
They're 90 pages.
Need to find a way to take the PDF and slice it up to keep the old chapters.
The
that
old
we're doing.
chapters,
you need a student.
An intern.
they don't have access to the PDFs either though. Okay, enough, good,
I'm sorry.
Well, good.
Environmental committee
We're
for
good.
high school students.
Yeah, well, they're doing.
okay, no visitors, let's see, no board reviews, no visitors, no public hearings. So really, we just have the executive session that's left.
There's no one here, can we just close that, oh, we're on, never mind.
We'll shut down and whoever wants to stay can stay, but go ahead, anything before we go into executive session, is there anything you want to say?
Yes, I have a resolution, I need to read on the record, just to go into executive. So this would be the resolution you guys would be acting upon. Would be a motion to enter executive session to adopt a resolution to the room. Okay, so planning board, Borough of Bernardsville. Whereas NJSA 10:4-12, the Open Public Meetings Act permits the exclusion of the public meeting in certain circumstances. And whereas it is necessary for the planning board of the Borough of Bernardsville to discuss in a session not open to the public, certain matters relating to the item or items authorized by NJSA 10:4-12 be said and designated below. Now therefore be it resolved by the planning board of the Borough of Bernardsville, County of Somerset, State of New Jersey as follows. Number one, public shall be excluded from the discussion of the hereinafter specified subject matters. Number two, the general nature of the subject matters to be discussed are matters falling within the attorney-client privilege, specifically pending litigation entitled, first case, Aaron T. Duff, the planning board of the Borough of Bernardsville and Equity Properties LLC, under docket number SOM-L-000-542-P5. And case number two, Aaron T. Duff, the Borough of Bernardsville, the planning board of the Borough of Bernardsville, Palmer Enterprises LLC and AR Bernardsville LLC, under docket number SOM-L-001-701-P5. Number three, it is anticipated that the deliberations conducted in closed session may be disclosed to the public upon the determination of the planning board of the Borough of Bernardsville that the public interest will no longer be served by such confidentiality. And number four, this resolution can take effect immediately. So. It's the resolution. Second.
Oh, need a motion,
Motion to approve.
Second,
roll call, voice vote?
Roll call.
Roll call, okay.
Hold on one second.
Before we do that, does anybody, nobody had any kind of conflict in either of these cases or anyone excluded? Oh, just making sure.
Ms. Geller,
yes.
Mr. Gilio,
Yes.
Mr. Brown,
Yes,
Mr. Melia,
Yes.
Mr. Morrison,
Yes.
Mr. Sasso,
Yes.
Mr. Trainer,
Yes.
and Mr. Villapiano.
Yes.
The motion carries. Hold on while we
turn down the streaming.
stop recording. Stream.